watched Tyson Fury box a number of times. People claim he's the greatest of many, many generations, but I think if I box Tyson Fury, a lot of similarities will happen in the fight. So I'm not surprised at all. In terms of his style, who hasn't knocked Tyson down? So many people have knocked Tyson down.
Biggest fights in history, but you're only training for 5 weeks.
Don't train this far out, come on. Who do you think you're talking to?
Ticking over.
A professional athlete, come on. I trained 4 or 5 weeks for these fights.
This opportunity presented itself, but I never turned down a challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
The wait is finally over as Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua come face to face, bringing their long-awaited heavyweight showdown one step closer.
You're gonna forget how to box, and it's not a fitness competition, is it? So, you know, I don't think you need any more than 5 weeks training.
I have to win, and when I win, I'll move on to fighting for the championship. That's boxing, snakes and ladders. You win, you go up, you lose, you slide down. So I have to win in order to continue on where I projected in my mind to get to.
Fully motivated, Joshua insists he has one clear target, becoming undisputed, and he is ready to do whatever it takes to be victorious.
I'll do whatever it takes. The challenge that I have in front of me only makes me learn about myself. He's not the challenge, I'm the challenge. How can I go? And I'll do whatever it takes to get past whatever's in front of me. Everything is designed for me to come and be victorious and move forward in my life and move forward in my career.
With a warning, Fury predicts a brutal beating, trapping Joshua in a way where he cannot land a punch while following a plan to completely outbox him.
All we've got to do now is dance, and I look forward to the challenge. I can outbox him. There's only one person standing in his way of total domination in Europe, and that's the Dauntless, the Gypsy King. When I boxed Vladimir Klitschko, I outboxed him. Beautiful. Fainted, slipped, slided, and he couldn't land any punches. I'll do the same to him if I want to.
Outside the few glimpses exclusively released from the face-off, recent developments surrounding the fight have made everything even more fiery. Zyman Jordan has revealed the location where the fight is being staged, confirming it as a deal done rather than just a rumor. He calls it a shame for British fans, while suggesting the entire mess could be because Turki Al-Sheikh wants to cater to his friends, Dana White and Zuffa Boxing.
It's a done deal in New York. I don't think it happens in the UK. I think it happens where Turki Al-Sheikh thinks it best suits his business, which may well be the US because of the relationship with Zuffa and Dana White, or because he wants to do something in Riyadh. You got anything to add to that? Any news on where the likely location is going to be for the Fury-Joshua fight?
Well, yeah, it's sort of similar to you, really. I'm hearing strong rumours it could be November the 14th. It could be New York, which would be a better time difference for the British fans as opposed to being in Las Vegas or somewhere like that. So that's sort of like the middle ground for them, but that's what I'm hearing. Madison Square Garden, New York, November the 14th. Not signed, sealed and delivered, by the way, just rumours that are circulating.
Bloody shame, quite frankly. That I know that MSG is a legendary arena, but not for two British fighters.
On the other hand, Fury's promoter Frank Warren has dismissed claims that the fight location has already been settled. According to Warren, the dispute is still ongoing, with Saudi Arabia's Salah reportedly pushing for the event to take place in New York. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, adding another layer to the growing intrigue surrounding the fight and leaving fans wondering where this massive heavyweight showdown will ultimately take place.
But the fact is it will be competitive, and the fact is they both want it, and at last it is happening. So we will see. And sometimes with these type of fights, you know, when guys, you think maybe they could have done it a few years before, the fact is that it could even turn into a better fight, who knows. But the fact of the matter is, the reason, you know, if it does go there, it won't be for the lack of Salah trying to get the fight on at Wembley. They were trying to get it on, obviously, for the early hours of the morning, and from what I understand, that wasn't successful. I'm not sure yet, that's not been confirmed.
All of this has brought growing frustration across the boxing world. Despite waiting nearly 8 years, the fight still appears to be stuck in limbo, with bureaucracy, politics, and greed leaving fans desperate to finally see it happen. The anticipation has only grown stronger, but so have the doubts surrounding the deal. Wade Plemons has also reacted to the situation, calling the entire process an absolute sham and questioning why fans are still being made to wait.
Is this fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua? This fight is turning into an absolute sham of what it should be. Not just because both guys are washed, and yes, I'll say it again, both guys are washed. I'm sorry if you feel differently, it's just the truth. But because of the negotiations about where and when the fight is going to take place. Shocker that even 8 years later, when it comes to this fight, we still can't get the fight we want. Boxing fans, we will continue to suffer as long as this sport is tied up in bureaucracy and money and goofy nonsense that really doesn't need to happen for this fight to happen. What do I mean? Will Eddie and Dana kiss and make up? Will this be solved? Will any of this actually happen? Will the fight actually happen? Breakdown.
Deep down, there is growing concern that both Fury and Joshua may not be cooperating with Dana, since he has no fighting agreement with either man. Their longtime promoters, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, remain involved, and neither appears willing to compromise on the location. Negotiations have stalled, leaving the entire situation looking increasingly suspicious. Despite that, the idea of Turki Al-Sheikh facilitating Dana as the promoter is only making fans and the boxing world even more angry.
Yourself, why is Dana even involved in this? Well, the simple answer is Turki Al-Sheikh is the man with the money. And the man with the money is going to make the decision. And as far as this fight goes, the man with the money, Turki Al-Sheikh, has decided that Dana White is going to promote it. Now, how that ends up being looked at in reality, like Dana White has no promotional agreement with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. From what I understand, both of them have their fight rights signed to Turki Al-Sheikh. So again, the man with the money makes the decision. The big controversy here is, when is the fight going to happen? We've heard the last part, Q4 of this year. That means October, November, December, somewhere there. And where is the fight going to happen? It would make the most sense, logically, with the fan bases they've built up and for the rivalry that they've had. It's almost like the Cold War of boxing in the UK, that the fight would be in the UK. The fans have wanted this fight in the UK.
Stepping into the conversation, Eddie Hearn has revealed he is being pressured to make the fight at MSG, but he refuses to back down. According to him, Joshua was the one who made him include a clause requiring the fight to happen in the UK. Now, he claims other parties, including Fury's team, have agreed to MSG, but he has not. Hearn insists he will make every effort to stop the fight from happening in the USA.
All the reports, you know, November 20th, Madison Square Garden. I kind of feel like right now me and AJ are kind of like the last two standing on the hill waving the Union Jack. I mean, Anthony Joshua made me insert a clause into the contract that said the fight must happen in the UK.
Good.
So at the moment, it can't happen anywhere else. Now, we're under a lot of pressure. Turki Al-Sheikh, Netflix, sounds like Tyson Fury. It sounds like everybody's agreed they want to do this fight at Madison Square Garden. We don't.
No.
Right? I mean, I can't, you know, we want to make it so financially unviable for them to change the contract that they've got no choice but to do it in the UK. I honestly don't know how it's going to play out. All I can tell you is I can assure you.
Backing that same stance from a fan's perspective, Paulie Malignaggi believes British supporters deserve to witness the fight at home rather than overseas. He argues moving the event away from the UK ignores the fans who built both champions.
So I'll believe it when I see it. You know, I think the fight happens. I don't know if the fight happens in New York or somewhere else. I know the rumor is in New York, but I have a very difficult time believing this fight happens in New York because of those reasons. It just makes no business sense.
And I think from the British fans' point of view, you know, they've supported these guys, built them up. They've both become world champions and icons outside of boxing. Really, they've become bigger personalities than even boxing to the boxing fan. So they want that last fight here. They want it at Wembley Stadium. Forget that it's in November. I think the fans maybe are owed that one, and it'll be a shame that it happens.
Yeah, it's a fight of a generation that the fights in England have been waiting to see for so long, and then you don't put it in the UK. You put it in the MSG. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But again, for many reasons, it makes no sense to me.
Dismissing the whole venue debate entirely, Peter Fury insists the venue meant nothing because the only thing that mattered was settling the rivalry inside the ring. He believes the fight simply had to happen regardless of location.
Yeah, look, it's may the best man win, and wherever it is, it's a ring. Doesn't really matter, so they just need to get it on. And like, this is boxing. For me, it's a sport. You know, may the best man win.
Raising doubts about how Joshua's last win actually happened, Frank Warren acknowledges AJ's resilience, but believes Tyson Fury would never have allowed that recovery. In his view, Fury's finishing instincts would have produced a completely different outcome.
You know, he's on the floor twice, and I genuinely was quite shocked. But you know, hats off to AJ for getting out of the predicament that he was in. And Pringer, I mean, you know, he just didn't follow. You know, for me, didn't follow up. When I look at that fight, I look at one that and think if that had been Tyson in there. And you know Tyson's a good finisher.
Firing back at critics questioning that same win, After Simon Jordan questions Anthony Joshua's comeback victory, Warren firmly dismisses the accusations and argues the fight unfolded exactly as heavyweight boxing often does. He believes Joshua simply recovered after being hurt and proves why his punching power remained dangerous.
No, not at all. No. Don't agree with that at all. You know, I don't think that would happen. Listen, what a way. I mean, let's have it right. If someone thought the fight was hooky and they were going to throw it, you don't want to get knocked over twice.
And have to climb up off the deck, yeah.
And I climb off the floor, and let's have it right. At one stage, he was struggling a bit. So no, and let's all be honest. Going into the fight, everybody thought AJ was like 100-1 on. So he got caught, and he got over it, and that's it. So no, I don't think there's anything untoward in it.
Offering the clearest path to victory for the underdog, Max Kellerman believes Anthony Joshua's only realistic path was relentless pressure that could expose the same vulnerabilities seen in previous performances. For Joshua, this isn't just surviving the favorite, it's proving he could overturn everyone's expectations.
So I want to talk about what at least most of us might not expect at first. The question is, if the headlines are the morning after the fight that Anthony Joshua actually won, how did it happen? Well, look, I don't think Tyson Fury will be underprepared as he was against Francis Ngannou. But what the Ngannou fight did show is that at least an underprepared Tyson Fury can be bothered by a big, strong, determined heavyweight. Now, that same Francis Ngannou fought Anthony Joshua and was almost decapitated in that fight.
Backing that same underdog case with real coaching credibility, Malik Scott, who had trained elite heavyweight fighters and understood championship-level adjustments, believes Joshua's timing, durability, and recent performances made him fully capable of winning, as Fury enters the matchup as the betting favorite, adding that betting lines rarely account for the specific adjustments a smart corner can make mid-fight.
Absolutely, I'm picking AJ because I believe AJ has good timing to offset Fury's speed. I believe AJ chin is a lot better than people give him credit for. And like you just said, Max, if we go off of both, how they both looked against Usyk, I believe the AJ that fought Usyk and the Tyson Fury that fought Usyk, I believe that makes for an incredible fight with both of them. Both of them had great fight with Usyk, especially AJ last fight with Usyk. It's not like he got ran over. That was a very competitive fight. Fury and Usyk was a very competitive fight. I believe AJ against Tyson Fury is an even more competitive fight at the stage that they're in their careers now.
Joshua looked confident during the face-off, but Duke McKenzie is expecting nothing special from him. Before this, he was leaning toward Joshua, but his recent performances have made him increasingly critical. McKenzie now finds it difficult to see a victory for Joshua, pointing out that the confidence has been missing in his recent fights. In his view, Joshua has not looked like the same fighter, and that lack of belief could become a major problem.
Before the fight, I was all over AJ. I thought he would be victorious, but I'm not so sure now. I don't think either of them really covered themselves in glory in their victories, because I don't think either of them looked particularly great in these fights. And if you look at the kind of calibre, even that AJ's boxing up until this point, Jake Paul, not a boxer, Francis Ngannou, not a boxer, to get his confidence back. But he didn't go into this fight with a lot of confidence. He didn't look confident going into this fight. His ring walk, I don't know what he looked. He was off with the fairies. He didn't look confident. This wasn't the AJ of old. This just looked. AJ he looks like a troubled man to me. So if we're going,
I hear that, and we know the reason. But we know the reasons why for that, because we've just picked the bones out of it. Fury looks like an old.
Duke is not even sure how Fury will look better, but his criticism mostly surrounds Joshua, who he believes will not improve at all. As for Fury, there is still a belief that he could rise to the occasion when it matters most. That possibility has already been proven before, with Fury showing throughout his career that he can elevate his performance when facing the biggest challenges and pressure of his career.
I don't even think Fury's got to be much better than what he was in his last fight, because there's something badly missing from AJ, which I don't think he's going to get back.
Do you not think AJ will be a much better version of himself when he boxes Fury?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I sort of disagree with that.
You know what? Up until their last fights, I was all over AJ. I thought, I thought AJ would absolutely wipe the floor with Fury. I don't see that happening now.
Yeah. I think we know from track record as well. Sorry, Simon. I think we know and has been proven in the past Fury will rise to the level. He's done it before. I wrote him off after the Ngannou fight. Yeah. Then he come back in the Usyk fights and he gave a very good account of himself in those. In his comeback against Makhmudov, I wasn't expecting as much as I saw. So I think he will raise the game, but AJ should raise his game as well, and they should both be at the very.
And against a fighter with Fury swinging hard back in Joshua's favor, Adam Catterall believed Anthony Joshua would ultimately defeat Tyson Fury so convincingly that it would bring Fury's career to an end. He argued Joshua's power, discipline, and ability to capitalize on openings would prove too much, leaving Fury with no clear path back to the top after such a defining loss.
I think, yeah.
I think Joshua will be. I think he puts Fury to bed forever.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Even off what you've watched at the weekend?
No, I watched the Fury stuff. I hadn't seen it. I watched, obviously, the Anthony Joshua one live. I hadn't seen the Fury. I watched it. I think he puts him to bed.
Zooming out to what this fight actually meant for both legacies, Spencer Oliver argued this single contest would ultimately define how history remembered both careers. With two elite fighters chasing greatness and boxing's biggest prize on the line, he believed every previous title and achievement became secondary to the outcome of this rivalry. Oliver added that no amount of past success would matter if the wrong man walked away from this fight, because this was the result fans would remember most.
It's just what's happened to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why this is an interesting fight. Honestly, I think I see it as a real 50-50 going in, but off the back of their performances that were both well below par, and they both seem to be well past their best on those performances. I don't think we get that again, and I think that both guys with what's on the line and their egos, and this is a fight that you're remembered for, by the way, guys. Forget that they're both two-time world champions, and you look at their careers and their resumes, and you go, you know what? This is the fight that they will be remembered for. Their career. This is a career-defining fight, and with that on the line, I think that it's a shootout. It really is. It's an interesting one.
Closing out the breakdown with a technical case built on activity, Adam Azim credits Fury's freshness, activity, and superior boxing skills with likely earning him victory on points. Joshua's power always made him dangerous, but Azim believes Fury possessed more ways to win, pointing out that a fighter with multiple paths to victory carries a real advantage over one who depends almost entirely on a single knockout punch.
It's a bit of a tricky subject for me, because if you were to ask me that question 2 or 3 years ago, AJ just fought Ngannou, he's coming off wins from Helenius and Wallen, I probably would have swayed a bit towards AJ, but now I think Fury's just a bit fresher. Now, don't get me wrong, they are both at the end. He's just a bit fresher, he's a bit more active, so I would lean towards Fury. But like, then again, Fury's a big fella, so he can land a big shot whenever, and then the fight, he's shown that he can do that in the Wilder fights.
Joining the discussion, Joe Joyce admits his view has changed and now considers Fury the favorite in this matchup. He says Fury's recent performances have convinced him that the momentum has shifted away from Joshua. However, Joyce has not ruled AJ out completely. He believes Joshua still has a realistic chance of winning, provided he sticks to the right game plan and delivers a disciplined performance from start to finish.
I go in your opinion? Joshua versus Fury. I always thought Joshua would beat Fury originally, but now you can just see the levels and how mobile and agile, and also the firepower that Fury has as well. But yeah, again, it's heavyweight boxing, and it'll be an exciting fight. But I can see Fury as a clear winner, I think. Unless Joshua can hit him with a load of shots and he stays down, but it's unlikely.
As questions continue over Joshua's chin following the knockdown against Prenga, Fraser Clark believes critics are focusing on the wrong detail. In his view, getting caught early is part of heavyweight boxing and should not define Joshua's ability. What matters more is how he responded afterward. Clark points out that once Joshua found his rhythm and landed the decisive shots, Prenga had no answer and could not recover from the damage.
If that's the case, he'd had a bit of a drama then, hasn't he? Because to be like that after the first round is a nightmare. And to be honest, I think the question on everyone's lips was, why didn't he go for it? And to have nothing left after the second round, if it was the 10th round, you can understand it, but the second round, I'm not buying that. He got caught off some huge shots of one of the biggest punches in the division, so I can understand him, being put out. But there's no excuses. I think, if he had anything about him, the second round he should have jumped on Anthony Joshua and tried to finish the job. I think he was shocked himself of that Joshua had gone down in the first round, and it looked like a bit of a rabbit in the headlights to me.
Fraser, why do you think he didn't go for it?
I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if he was I don't know if he shocked himself of what he'd done.
So, will Joshua finally silence the doubters, or will Fury prove once again why he is one of heavyweight boxing's biggest nightmares? The location drama is only adding more fuel to an already explosive showdown. Now, we want to hear from you. Who wins this battle? Drop your prediction below, hit like, and subscribe for more boxing updates.